In the city of Kumasi lived a man called Akwa. He was a very hardworking man who owned a lot of houses that even extended to Lagos, Nigeria. Akwa had 3 children. They were all females, and he loved them so much. He provided for their needs and made sure they never lacked anything. When school closes, he takes them on vacation. His wife died while giving birth to his last daughter, so he didn't bother getting married again so quick. He took his time to train them, and as a Christian, he made sure they prayed every morning and also go to church on Sundays. There was so much respect amongst the daughters. None of them ever insulted her senior. The eldest amongst them always made sure they did their homeworks and house chores before going to play outside their compound. Akwa loved watching his daughters play. It gives him so much joy. In school, a particular teacher took care of them very well. Her name is Abina. She had a daughter too, who was an age mate to Akwa's second daughter. Abina would make sure that the kids did well in their academics and also made sure they went home looking neat. Akwa started liking Abina. Most times, he would buy gifts while bringing the kids to school and dash Abina. During Akwa's first daughter's 15 years birthday, they invited Abina and she came with her daughter. The kids bonded so much with each other. Akwa and Abina kept on stealing glances at each other until Akwa went to sit down with her. Hi, Abina. Hope you're having fun. I can see the kids are having fun already.
Yes, I am. Your house is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you, Abina. They made sure Akwa's daughter had fun that day. So one day, Akwa was eating with his daughters at the dining when his second daughter threw in a question.
Daddy, would you like to bring teacher Abina to live with us?
A very childish question that meant a lot to Akwa. He wondered if the kids were observing his moves towards Abina, and to be sure, he asked why.
Daddy, teacher Abina's daughter said they live with their mother's sister and she treats them badly.
Then he said, "Oh, but don't you think that would be very inconveniencing for you girls? Especially having someone to share the house with." When he said this, his heart was beating fast because he wanted them to say something positive. Luckily for him, they did.
Daddy, it's never a problem. Besides, we have enough rooms in the house.
So this was how Abina and her daughter came to live in Akwa's house until one day. One Saturday, while Akwa was away for work and Abina was at home with the kids, she was washing the dirty clothes when she heard a scream. She quickly rushed inside and saw her daughter lying on the floor. She asked what transpired, and the second daughter said they were playing and Abina's daughter gave her a strong bite. And she retaliated with a knock which affected the injury on her head. Abina rushed her daughter to a nearby clinic and she was revived. She came back home and started shouting at the kids. They were really scared. No one has ever shouted at them like that. She already stopped teaching a few months ago after she moved in. She got a new job as a banker, so she wasn't close to them to monitor them except at home. When Akwa came back from work, she complained to him about his kids and he apologized and also scolded the offender. While Akwa was in his room about to pull his cloth to go shower, he heard a knock on his room door. It was his first daughter. She narrated everything and also how Abina shouted at them and got them scared. Immediately, the door opened with force.
Oh, so you came to report me to your father, right? So now that you have reported, what do you want him to do? Beat me?
Stop, Akwa shouted. But yet, she continued.
For your information, I'm pregnant for Akwa, and there is nothing you can do about it.
Akwa paused for some seconds while his daughter shockingly went out of the room. Akwa was very angry that Abina had to put it that way to make his daughter feel helpless and also informing him for the first time in that manner. Abina didn't even bother. She left the room without even feeling remorse for what she just did. Later that night, Akwa went to the children's room to realize that Abina had taken her daughter out of that room. He became sad and confused. This is what he had been scared of. Even his daughters were frowning at him. He went inside his room and started thinking on what to do because right now, he is hooked with a pregnancy that he just had. The next morning, he observed that Abina and her daughter prayed separately while his own daughters did same. No, he wouldn't take this. He immediately called everyone to the sitting room and asked that the prayer be repeated. Abina led the prayer, and after that, Akwa asked her to read and teach what 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 5 said. And after the sermon, he asked the kids to close the morning devotion before he now asked them to leave the sitting room. When it was the both of them remaining, Akwa asked Abina to read Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4. And after Abina finished reading it, he said to her, "I am begging you with this verse of the Bible." And then he left. Abina, being a wise woman, counseled herself. She realized that for her to make the children proud of her, that she has to accept them as her own. Because right now, she has just found out that their father loved them so much, and there is nothing anyone can do about it. She went to their room and apologized. The kids wholeheartedly accepted her apology. Akwa and Abina later got married and gave birth to a boy, and they lived happily thereafter. I hope you enjoyed my story.